Hi everyone, my name's Anne Marie and I am the creator of Funsters handmade puppets. This here is my hugster friend. I call him Tangerine. Hello everyone! And he's just one of the many puppets that I create on a regular basis. I thought it was time, I've just put a few videos up on this YouTube platform just to try things out, and I thought maybe it's time to do a little bit of an introduction video to explain who I am, what these little guys are, and give a platform for people who want to maybe ask me some questions. So yes, like I said, I'm Anne Marie. I started making puppets, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Basically, my husband and I were putting on a theater production, and not enough people auditioned for all the parts. So we came up with the idea, hey, we'll make them a puppet show instead, like full-size puppets, and then the actors, the fewer actors could play multiple roles. The problem is I had no idea how to make puppets, so I had to go onto the internet and look for some tutorials. Shout out to Puppet Nerd. That was the first place I went to and made my first puppet, so it was a great place to go if no one's come across that YouTube channel. You should check it out. Yeah, so then it started there. I had to make, oh, I don't know, 6 or 7 Martians. They were green. I got a good deal on the fleece for them, and it took off from there. I took a break from them after the show, and then my husband was like, I was talking about needing a hobby or something like that, and he goes, why don't you make some more puppets? And I thought, that's a great idea. So then I thought, I'd really like to do some monster puppets. This little orange guy means a lot to us, because he kind of makes me think of this puppet that my boys had when they were little called Monster. He was orange and he had the ping pong balls. And so whenever I make a orange funster or hugster, these are hugsters, they go around my neck, I always think of him. So yeah, so that's what I do. I make puppets. I go to markets. I sell them on markets. But I also get involved in projects that require puppets. I made an Olaf puppet, full size, for the stage for our community theater, and that was a lot of fun. And we also do movies, puppet movies with me and my husband, and yeah, so I find ways to make these puppets. So what I'm hoping about these videos, what I hope to make is, I'm planning on embarking on a new project, and instead of just making the puppets and, you know, I'm gonna do it anyways, I thought maybe I will videotape making them, and my wonderful son will edit the video for me, and we'll be able to, you can follow along, and perhaps take some inspiration from what I'm doing, maybe even have some suggestions on things that I can do. Yeah, so I thought this is the best time to start these videos. So yeah, there'll be kind of tutorials, but we're a very creative family, and things are always coming up, like Comic-Cons, so there's cosplay stuff that happens in the house, and other projects, and lots of prop making. So who knows, there might be a few of those kind of videos scattered through, depending on what the spring has in store for us. Yeah, so those that's just my introduction. I'll show some of my puppets. Photos sometimes don't do them justice. They've got so much personality. So yeah, so here's Tangerine. Hello. So just so you know, I love to make puppets. I am not a puppeteer. So, but it's amazing when a puppeteer does put a puppet on their hand. It is amazing, but I'll do my best. So yeah, so here's a Hugster. He's inspired by a monkey puppet that my mom had when I was a little girl. And it was basically longer arms, and then they Velcro together around your neck, and they're nice and snuggable. So that's my Hugster. All right, Tangerine, time to show off our other puppets. Okay. All right. So that was a Hugster. And here is my Funster. So he's basically the same. Hello! Hee hee! Do 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 do. But he comes with an arm rod, so he can wave. Both hands are equipped for arm rods, so you can have the two rods and they can like dance. Like I said, I'm not a puppeteer. But yeah, so what I really love about my Funsters is how bright they are. All the, I don't use dull colors. I like the really bright colors. And kids love them too. So that's what I make them for. I make them for projects and for kids. But like I said, whenever the puppeteers put them on their hands, it's pretty amazing. So this here's a Funster. What else do I have? Okay, one of my deluxe puppets. So here's one of my my big guys. So this one is of my son, because when you make puppets, you end up having to make one for your kids. So there he is. He too would normally have a rod, arm rod, but let me move back a little. Hello! Yeah, he's getting a bit older, but yeah, these are much bigger. Originally I had it so like a traditional puppet through the bottom, that you do this and you go overhead. But for my little guys, that was a little tiring for them, so I made a hole in the back. So it's more of tranquilitist? No. Ventriloquist dummy. Type of style. So yeah, so this is one of my son. What's awesome about these is that you can make them look different from each other. Like they're all the same base. It's all about how you add accessories to make them unique. Do you think you could get me Dennis?
Oh yeah.
So here is my son, okay? And then I made this guy for a project. He's a little different. He has live hands, and he's doesn't have a thing cut out. But see how he's so much different? But it's all about the accessories. This is Dennis, the dentist, and he has teeth. But yeah, I just love adding the features to my puppets, because suddenly they are no longer just pieces of fabric that I've put together. There's a point, and it's not always the same thing. It's not always the eyes or the hair or whatever. You don't know the moment that the puppet becomes a character. It's just suddenly you're just boom. Now you're interacting with Dennis, you know? So I just love that about my deluxe puppets. And I have other ones. I don't have any necessarily in stock, but I've made some sharks and some animal puppets. I made one recently I made one recently of a goat. I was asked, can you make me a goat? So that was kind of fun. Yeah, so, but these are just a few of them. The last puppet I want to show kind of ties into what my current project is. Can I give you that? Okay, so it is winter here, and so it's always my downtime. So whenever we have a project, this is normally the time where I'm gearing up. And I had a commission put in place, but it's been delayed until the fall. So that opened up new possibilities. So we're gonna do a project. Don't know what it's going to entail yet, but basically it's kind of monsters and creatures, most likely a movie, but we're not really too sure. But I already know a scene or a skit from it that I wanted to do. So a few weeks ago, I made this guy. He is a brain. Hello, I'm a brain. I just loved how he came together. I struggled with his shape. Like, it took months for me to, not months, weeks to come up with the shape. And then as soon as I did, it just fell into place. I had seen someone on the interwebs use this kind of yarn for his brain. So I knew I was going to do that. It was more what shape that I wanted him to be. And I just love how he turned out. Now, I have to make 2 more of these. And I also need to give them different personalities. So that's why I decided maybe this is the time to start these videos, is that why don't I take people along with me? I don't exactly remember how I got this shape. I probably should have made a template, but I was very excited. So I'll probably have to start from scratch, but I won't be as frightened of the project as I was. And then we can together come up with different personalities for the other 2 brains. The other character that I'll be working on, probably before the brain actually, is a Frankenstein monster. I have already started him, so we're gonna be moving. I have a few photos of me developing him with the foam, but I'll just talk about it at first, and then we'll continue together and see where that takes us. And yeah, I think that's it. But check that, he's so awesome. I just love him. Yeah, so we'll make a couple more of these guys and a Frankenstein monster and anything else that might surface. All right, so I feel bare without a puppet on my arm. There we go. Fuchsia's back. Okay. So what's left to talk about? I guess my socials. I should mention my socials. So they will be written down in the description. Basically, I have a Facebook page, and you can find me on Instagram. And I've also recently set up a Buy Me a Coffee page, which is a place where people can support creators and artists. So there'll be either a QR code somewhere here. If not, it too will be in the description below. So come and find me. There's a gallery there with some stories on each photo, so check it out and support me if you're interested in these little guys. And that's it. I hope you join me on this journey in my new project and other things that come up with these silly guys. Hopefully there'll be some shorts that my sons will make in between my bigger sessions, because these Funsters, you know, they get into a lot of trouble. So yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, Yeah, I've seen the videos. All right. Thank you, everyone. Hope you guys are stay well, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.